Hi everyone, it's Hannah on this week's Ask AJ. As you can see, I am in my car and I just thought I would film this week's because I haven't actually done an Ask AJ for probably a month now, so it's definitely my turn, and the only way of doing it is between appointments, so please excuse the backdrop. This week I thought I would talk about the kind of questions we would ask on the phone if you call to book in a viewing. So if you haven't registered with us before, we do tend to ask quite a list of questions. Abby will probably be the one you speak to. She's our team executive and most likely will pick up the phone. If it's not, it'll be myself or Tyler or Amy. We do ask quite a lot of questions if you haven't registered with us before. The purpose of that is just to really get to know our buyers so we can try and build rapport, try and find you your dream home. So we do quite a lot of matchmaking for our buyers and sellers. So the kind of questions we would ask is if you called and said, "Hi, I'd like to book a viewing at, say, Mint House," we would say, "Great, thanks for calling. What attracted you to that house?" And then we'd find really what were your main attractions to want to come and view that particular home. If it was because you really like period properties, or if you wanted a house with land, if you liked the location, size, things like that. So then we can adapt what kind of questions we would ask next. So if you booked that viewing in particularly for that home because of the outside space, we would then say, "Oh great, do you have dogs, do you have pets?" If you say yes, then again we can talk about what walks there are on the doorstep and things like that. Or if you say, "We really like it because we've got children and we needed an annex," we can ask about if it's multi-generational, how old are your children, because then again we can tailor the viewing to talk about local schools, things to do nearby, and so on. So it's really to build those relationships so we can keep that buyer and build trust to know that we genuinely care and want to help you know find the right home. So people might think we're being quite nosy on the first conversation, but it's not. It's genuinely we're interested. We're only a small team as well, so we tend to hear conversations that each one's having. So if we know someone's looking for a home with an annex because their parents are going to live with them or they have teenage children, then we can say, "Oh, what about this one?" In the office we have very visible whiteboards, and they're kind of split up in stages. So we have a board that's homes coming to market. So those are the ones that aren't online yet. We have another board that is for homes that are on the market, another board for homes that are on hold or selling off market, which means they're not online but they're looking to sell for a slower approach. We can do viewings there, but they're not online, they're not visible. And then ones that are under offer is the other board. So there's kind of a stage from start to finish, which everybody can see in our team. So if somebody calls to say we're looking for this kind of home, we can look up at those boards and try and matchmake you to one of those for a viewing. So we really do try and help all our buyers and sellers to sell. We document it in various different ways as well. So we have our VIP's Buyers Club, which is a mailing list that you can be added on, where you give us your wish list, so what you're looking for, your budget, so then you can have preview information before something goes online. So that again is another touch point that we can add you to and send information again to try and find you your perfect home. Again, if you're looking for a second home or investment, that information again will be documented on various systems, and again we'll refer to that when a new inquiry comes in, and then we can add you to that if you haven't registered with us before. It's a great tool really, and we're still getting a lot of viewings and sometimes offers before it goes to market. So yeah, we have many processes in place. So if you haven't registered your interest and you just want to have a conversation with us, then please do just pick up the phone. I'll pop us a message on here and we can add you to our mailing list, and just find out what you're looking for, even if you're not searching right now. Maybe it's in a few months' time. And it also the same for sellers, really. If you're thinking of selling, but maybe in the summer or autumn or winter, whenever it may be, we can again have a conversation with you and talk you through the processes that we do, that we don't just stick you online, and hope that a buyer finds the house online on Rightmove. We try and match make and do other things behind the scenes. It's also good to vet any new inquiries and buyers, because it gives trust to our client who's selling, who's coming through the door, and are they actually a right fit. So that's another reason really why we do it. It's not just to be nosy. But yeah, if you are just starting your search or thinking of selling, then please do just pick up the phone, and we can talk you through all our processes and systems and everything like that. All right, hope that was helpful. Bye.